The technique of writing individual parts as coherent melodic lines is called counterpoint. Your acquisition of this skill will ensure that the chords you write flow along smoothly instead of sounding like disjointed blocks of notes. This technique, or art, is also called voice leading. For this reason, our beginning harmony exercises adopt the layout of a four-voice mixed chorus, soprano, alto, tenor, bass, or SATB, such as you might hear at a dramatic moment in a movie, video game soundtrack, or grand opera. Like any game or sport, there are rules, but do not worry. With time and effort, you can learn to properly set triads, which are three-note chords, to a four-part linear texture. Now for the first rule. Respect the range of each of the four voices. Soprano, starting from middle C or D on up to high G or A. Alto, from A or G up to high C or D. The tenor and bass are an octave lower than the soprano and alto, give or take a note. Caution: not all singers can sing the small notes shown here in parentheses. With the exception of the bass, the upper voice ranges can also be represented with their corresponding C-clefs. Incidentally, did you notice that C-clef parts generally require fewer ledger lines? Rule 2. Expanding a triad to four-part harmony requires that one tone be doubled in two voices. Doubling may be implemented at the unison, the octave, or double octave. In this example, the Do or C note is doubled at the octave. Rule 2 actually has three facets. First, any tone of a triad may be doubled. However, usually it is the fundamental tone or root of the chord that is doubled by the bass and one upper voice. Rule 2b. Though less common, doubling the fifth of the triad is also permitted. Rule 2c. Doubling of the third is not used very often. Recall that the third is the one tone that determines whether the triad is major or minor. Doubling the third makes it stand out like a proverbial sore thumb. Permitted, but not usually the sound you want. These are examples of the tonic triad in C major, written for a four-voice mixed chorus in score form. Score form simply means that each part or instrument has its own staff. This score features C-clefs for each upper voice, soprano, alto, and tenor clef. Listen. The same score, now with identical notes on pairs of treble and bass staves. Here is a question for you. Seeing all the ledger lines in this example, which voice would benefit the most from using a C-clef? Why? We next reduce the vocal score, combining the same four voices on a grand staff. The soprano and bass, highest and lowest voices, are called the outer voices, the alto and tenor, the inner voices. Let's examine these voicings of the tonic, or one chord. Do, mi. In these examples, the root tone is doubled in the bass and one upper voice. Go ahead and pause the clip to play through these voicings yourself on the piano. The fifth is doubled in these two triads. Now it is the third that is doubled. Recall that the root of the tonic chord, C, or is also the fifth of the subdominant or fourth chord. Doublings of various members of the subdominant triad are shown here. Can you name the voices doing the doubling in each chord? Recall that the fifth of the tonic or one chord, G or Sol, is the root of the dominant or 5 chord. Assignment. In the dominant or 5 chords shown here, find those with the root doubled, with fifth doubled, and with the third doubled. Name the 2 voices that are doing the doubling in each triad, whether soprano, alto, tenor, or bass. Then play the chords on the piano, like this. That is all for now. Be sure to subscribe and check out the other informative videos on the channel. Food for thought coming up. Don't be scary.